How to write a book for beginners. Now, if you're writing a book and you're a beginner, you're in the right place. Now, I'm Clint Lowe from Write Heroes, a writer extraordinaire, but I'm having a go. But what I'm going to do in this little video is try not to get run over down the street. And I'm going to go through a few ideas, a few little simple steps to take that can help you write your first book, maybe even your second book or third book, whatever you're doing. Some real basic tips. I'm not going deep with anything. If you want to go deep, well, check out my other vids. There's plenty more to come. So for now, we're just going to look at some basics. First thing you're going to need is to get off the road so you don't get run over. That's the first thing. Let's do that. Okay. Second thing, watch where you're going. The third thing, you're going to need an idea. You need an idea. You might say a premise line, a situation, a what if. Now, I'll give you an example. Take it from a movie, say Star Wars. That's pretty famous. So the premise line or the idea may be a local farmer boy, Luke Skywalker, gets told that a princess is captured and he's got to go and rescue her and destroy a big Death Star, kind of a big round circly thing. Now you might write it a bit better than that, but that's your idea. That's your premise. That's what you're going to need first. You need something. Now you might be saying, well, I want to write my first book, but I've got no idea, I've got no premise, I've got nothing. Well, think, okay? Use your brain, start thinking, jot down 20 ideas, see which one's the best, and go with that. If you've still got nothing, maybe start with a character. You know, something you got some passion about. Maybe you might do a book on getting run over by a car. So something you've got some passion about. Make a start writing now. If it's your first book, the most important thing is to start. If you don't start, you're never going to get done. So make that start. Come on. So you may even write a whole chapter or 2 chapters before you realise, okay, now I've got my story. I thought I had a bit of an idea. I wrote out a chapter or 2. Now I've got my story. Now I've got my premise line. Okay, so you've got it. You'll get there. You just got to chip away, keep working, and understand with a hand switch, writing is hard work. Very hard, but very rewarding. So start with that idea and get going. Second thing you're going to need is a word count. Okay, you want a daily word count, maybe 500 words, 1,000, 2,000 if you're good, and a total word count, maybe 80,000, maybe 80,000 for your novel. Total up. You got something to set for. Set some deadlines. Okay. At the end of the week, I want 3,000 words. And I'm going to get it. I want 4,000 words at the end of the week, and you go hard. You go in strong, and you get the job done. So set your word count there. Next thing you're going to need, like all great achievements in life, so that goes around here, around the ambience. Let's get going. Big click, probably sound good here. Next thing you're going to need is some discipline, some heart power, some core strength. Now, the best thing to use here with your discipline is a schedule, an allotted time. When are you going to write? Well, you may think of John Grisham, his first book, a pretty famous writer. This is a famous account. He was a lawyer, had kids, family. He got up at 3 a.m. or something like that, 4 a.m. every day for 2 years. And wrote again and again and again and again. Page a day, I think it was, and wrote his first book. It did all right. His second book done a lot better. But he had that time, that a lot of time. That's what you're going to need. You know, 4 a.m. It might work for you. Maybe 8 p.m. will work better. 4 p.m., 11 p.m. Try and get in a lot of time so you get a schedule. Once you get in that habit, like anything, like working out, you want some guns, you got to constantly work out. Book, you got to constantly write. So 1,000 words a day for 80 days, 80,000 words, draft done. Some basics of your book is you're going to need a character. you're going to need a hero of the story. Now, you may be writing a story with 20 heroes, like a big, kind of expansive story. That's okay, but do that if you need to do it. But for this one, because it's for beginners, it's probably easier just to have the one or maybe the two, but we'll go with one. You're going to need a character. And you want your character, you want him or her to be awesome, or at least, you know, larger than life. We don't want to read about someone who does less than life, unless that's how they start, then they grow. So you're going to have a character, and they've got to be realistic, but push the boundaries. Okay, realistic, but push the boundaries, what they can achieve in life, what they can do. And most of the time, the character will grow. They'll start off weak, maybe like Skywalker. He didn't want to go on the big mission, but in the end he grew, and he took it on. Everyone grows. A bit like Rose in Titanic. She was a bit stuck up, you might say, but probably a bit to do with her upbringing. We'll have a bit of mercy on her there. Good on you, Rose. You're very inspiring. But in the end, she grew, didn't she? She let go. She became more relaxed and had a lot more fun. And she never let go. In the end, she grew. Other characters, maybe like Indiana Jones, they don't really grow. They're just constantly awesome. Constantly awesome, constantly funny. Such as get off the road again. Got the big car coming. Surprised I don't get honked on the horn here, but like Indiana Jones is that, remember the opening scene with the big boulder? Tries to get this golden thingy-majiggy. In the end he gets it, overcomes something, and he gets it stolen from him and he gets away. He doesn't really grow, but he's constantly funny, he's constantly active, constantly getting defeated, constantly taking things on. So they're one of your two characters. The most common is someone who's going to grow, going to develop through a challenge and rise to the occasion. Make sure they're good, larger than life, someone we want to read about. Another thing for your character, make sure they're active. They got to strive. They got to be striving for something. They can't just be sitting back, letting the world pump them in the face constantly. That's not how you live life. That's not how you write great stories. Because remember, stories entertain, heroes inspire. So make sure they're striving. They've got to be striving. We mentioned that in the other vid. Make sure they're striving. Like I'm striving out now. You're going to need a point of view. You can write first person, or third person, or omniscient. I don't know how to pronounce it. To ignore. That's where you basically, you know what everyone's doing. Third person, you say, you know, he walked up the road, he dodged the car, and he tipped his hat. First person is I walked up the road, I dodged the car, and I tipped my hat. So you got to pick your point of view. Third or first, they're the most common. Omniscient, you can do it if you want to do it, but it's just not the most common. You're going to have to use some good description. If you want to get paid the big bucks, want people to read, be inspired, you're going to have to describe, because nearly everything in the story is a description. I'll give you an example. Let's describe these bricks. I walked past the wall, leant against the brown bricks, brown speckled with red spots in between the, what do you call that? If you don't know a word, Google it, look it up. And I felt it was rough to touch and warm from the hot summer sun. I went to peek over the top, crawled my fingers up, slipped it over the concrete edge and got ready to peer over the top when the dog came down and ripped my throat out. That's a bit violent in hairs. Sorry kids if you're watching, but you need to have good description. Not just, I walked through the valley of opulent houses. It's not enough. You've got to start describing it. Your dialogue, or your speaking. When I first started learning what dialogue was, it's just talking. So make sure it's snappy, profound, and not rubbish. Don't say, hello, how are you? I'm good. Enjoying the weather? Yeah, the weather's fine. You want to get a coffee? Yeah, I wouldn't mind a coffee sometime. That's okay, one day we'll get a coffee. It's pointless. You got to have a purpose. Dialogue needs to have a purpose, okay? It's got to be snappy with a purpose. At the end of your story, if you find a theme, you may start with a theme. Most of the time you won't start with a theme, but you may find it. If you find the theme, say the theme is love, conquers over adversity. So that's your theme. Bring it out in your later drafts, okay? If your theme is life's hard, but you got to keep pushing, bring it further out in your drafts, okay? You can go through some symbolism and some metaphors, and we won't get into that yet. This is for beginners. But if you do find a theme, bring it out and enrich it in your next draft. Whew, look at that. That's what I'm talking about next, is the rewrite. You got to rewrite, not once. You got to do multiple drafts. How many? Do as many as you can until you can't make it any better, okay? I will go into how to redraft better, how to save time later on, but just know you got to write it more than once. You got to write a few. Stallone wrote Rocky, one draft pretty quick, but he rewrote it a few times for he got that masterpiece of a story. And just for basic structure, everything is built to structure, but everything's still unique and different. So our house has a structure. Structure. Aussies would say structure. That house has got a structure, the wall's got a structure, every house has got a structure. If it didn't, it'd fall down. But the house is still unique. So you need to have your core structure, but still make it a unique story, okay? So basically, if you want to start off simple, just go with your 3 acts, keep it simple. Opening, which is short and snappy, it incites the story going. Act 2, which is all the action in between. And Act 3 is your finish. So, where it comes to the resolution, they achieve the goal, they lose, or something happens. So, it has some kind of structure. You can go into that deeper if you want. Your 7-stage structure or 12. But it has some kind of structure. So that's how you write a story for beginners. The most important thing is to write, to start, and equally as important is to finish. If it's never finished, it's never done. It's a finish. No matter how hard it is, finish. And don't judge what you're doing. Never judge. Just do your best and enjoy it. And know that it's hard. It's damn hard. But that can be greatly beneficial, or you can enrich your soul, enrich your mind. You might make a buck. I'm just going to go down the ocean in a minute. But yeah. So subscribe. I've got about 2 or 3. Subscribe. Join in. Drop a line, tell me what you think, how you're going to start writing your story, or even what your premise is. Ask a question. Any movie scenes you want me to go over, any subjects, thumb up, share it. What I'm going to do right now, there's an ocean back there. I'm just going to run out to the ocean, whip off the old shirt and do the butterfly, get some good exercise.